Hello, I am David Ojo, a creative director and the founder of Dave Shutter. I specialize in video production and storytelling, helping businesses and individuals create stunning visuals that connect and inspire. I've worked on various projects, including corporate videos, podcasts, music videos, and cinematic storytelling. Recently, I've created impactful content for Roundtable Talk podcast and have collaborated with clients to bring the ideas to life. I help brands engage with audience with standout content, whether it's videos that boost sales or stories that leave a lasting impression. I turn ideas into visuals that deliver results. My schedule lies in blending creativity with precision, producing high-quality content on time and exceeding expectations. My goal is simple: create visuals that tell you a story and achieve a base.
When it comes to creating storytelling and creating unforgettable moments, Dave Shutter is here for you.
Dave Shutter, the most creative person I know.
If you are ready to elevate your brand through exceptional video content, let's connect. Send a message, visit my profile, and let's start this conversation.
Alright, good day, our dear viewers. I hope that you're all doing well. You're welcome to a very, very special show today, and that show is called The Hustle of a Young Nigerian Creative. And my name is Ella Emanuela, and I will be anchoring that show today. And at this time, we have a very, very special guest with us in the studio today. Our guest is Dave Shutter. He's a creative director, he's a filmmaker. All things creative, all things videography and filmmaking, he's your guy, okay? So I'm not going to waste too much of your time because I know you don't want to hear me talk. You want to hear him talk. So Mr. Dave Shutter, can you please say hi to our viewers very shortly?
Hello everyone.
Yes, that's Mr. Dave Shutter here. I'm a huge fan, so if I'm freaking out, it's because I'm sitting with my yeah. All right, so Dave Shutter, I'm a huge fan. Like I said, I've seen your videos and I think that they are very creative, very inspiring. So right off, I'm going to just ask you a question. I know that you used to refer to yourself as Bad Shutter. Yes, I know this because I did my research. I did my research and I did my research well. So going off of that, what has your creative journey been? Where did it all begin? Going from Bad Shutter to now Dave Shutter, what has the journey of becoming Dave Shutter been? So tell us about your story.
Well, let me just start by saying, if I should start, it's been like in seasons.
Yeah.
So it all just started from me being a passionate person.
Okay.
I love anything that has to do with art. So art gives me the inspiration to kind of do something different from what people do entirely. So I just see it as a way of just making myself happy. So it all just started from my friends seeing my ability, knowing how to handle camera movements, different from you just using phone, and they are kind of seeing that. Oh,
so you didn't even know?
I didn't know. They saw it. It all even just started with a friend. His name is Deowole. He's currently in the UK now.
Oh,
so
nice.
He was an artist when he was in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we are all this kind of that time when you have your friend doing something that you can just. It all started with him. I started shooting his music video. I shot one of his first music videos, which like people were like really interested in it, and I saw like this is a good opportunity for me to tap into it. Because I studied theatre and media arts in Ekiti State University. So I was a set designer.
Okay.
So being a set designer, I looked at it that how will I be able to be a creative person? Like I said, I love art and I love anything that has to do with creativity. So and from me started shooting video, I felt like if I could add a blend of what I've been doing, especially with the way I've been making use of phone. I always started from phone before I even moved to camera. So there was a time YouTube was my friend. YouTube was my WhatsApp, Instagram. So I was always checking YouTube camera movements, how you can work, how to get jobs, and how to it all starting from you just doing free jobs, doing jobs just to do your opportunity to see.
We'll get to that.
So it just all started there, and to me, just when I look back, if I'm to look back, it's more of like a dream for me
Amazing.
personally. Like,
Comfort.
like I don't even know how
love
to go
it.
far.
I love it. I love it.
So that's how it's all started.
Very interesting, very inspiring. And I think something that is important that you've said is how when you discover that this is a talent I have, you did not just say I have the talent, so yeah, now let's go.
Yes.
You were constantly trying to refine your skill. You know, like you said, you went on YouTube to watch camera movement,
Yes,
this
yes,
one, that one. I think that's very inspiring. I think that's very good. So how long would you say you've been a creative director for? And then can you tell us some projects that you've worked on?
If I'm to calculate it, I'll calculate it right from when I was in school. It all started when I was in 300 level. That was when we went for IT. So it was from that IT training. I remember this man. I'm so grateful for him. He gave us some kind of gingering. He gingered us. That was when we went to the National Theatre. I was like speaking to us that we have to find a way around to make things happen.
Yes.
You might not really have the necessary thing to achieve what you want to achieve.
At that time, but
just make it happen
somehow
and let it flow.
Yes.
She understand.
Yes.
So that's how I've been able to work on leverage on something like that, and that's why you see.
We see Dave Shutter today.
Dave Shutter
Yeah,
today.
that's very good. That's very good. So, what projects have you worked on? Can you mention a few of them?
Okay, I've worked on musical projects.
Okay.
I started with music videos specifically, and me as a creative person, I love when I'm so free to, add creativity.
As you like.
Yes,
Express
as
yourself.
I like
Yes.
in a way that right from it's even part of what I was being taught in school. All these theater aesthetics. You have to do things that when audience see, they'll feel wow,
Yes.
like they'll feel so inspired and stuff like that. So I started from music videos. I've worked with other brands. I've worked with directors in the musical space,
Yes.
the likes of Clarence Peter, Unlimited, LAWG. And I'm happy that I was able to learn from them. It all started with the experience. I didn't even start from, it's a must that me working for you, you have to give me something. I was not there. I was just there to learn. I was just there to, see how things work in the industry. And with that, I've been able to replicate it in my
Personal brand.
Personal brand.
Yes, that's very inspiring, very inspiring. And now you've mentioned a lot of household names that you've worked with, and I know very, very shortly Dave Shutter will be a household name as well. Everybody, we will see videos and say, it's Dave that shot that video.
Definitely.
Very interesting. And because you've worked with clients, I know that not every client is a normal person. Some clients, their head is not correct, normal.
Yeah.
So, are there any challenges that you've gone through? It's not easy. First of all, it's not easy to be a creative.
Exactly.
It's not easy to be a creative in Nigeria, and then it's not easy to be a creative when you don't always know what to expect from your clients,
Yes.
right? So, are there any challenges that you faced uniquely being a creative? Have you had clients that try to limit your creative expression? You have a vision for this, where this thing will go, but the client to say, I don't want it like that, do it like this. So, can you share some of those struggles with us?
Yeah. First of all, first in the business side.
Yes. Oh, business.
Yes. Your client are always right with whatever
Okay.
whether they don't give a damn about your creativity. Just they tell you what they want to achieve.
Okay.
So you as a creative person, you need to know how to fine tune how you can work in hand. So
Okay.
and this is where collaboration comes in.
Alright.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I always find every project there's always challenges. I don't like to, but the thing is how I'm able to overcome those challenges.
Handle it.
And turn it to an experience that I've worked on this last time, I don't want it to repeat itself. So I don't know if you understand. So it's something I just see. Though there are clients too that you might have prepared something that they wanted to achieve,
Yes.
and at the long run
Yes.
they see another thing. And this is where the aspect of you creating a storyboard,
Yes.
video treatment comes in place. It's just like a documentation of what you want to do. So I always ensure that time when I was always when I was into musical videos, I always ensure that I always let the client know that this is what we want to achieve. This is how we're going to do it. Are you comfortable with it? So I do something like a first reading, so that it's not like we'll be on set on that day and you're saying,
Where did this one come from?
where did this one come from? I don't know if you understand.
I get you
so
totally.
That way,
Totally.
it kind of reduce the way clients might want to
Yes.
interfere with the creative process. And
Oh, that's a very beautiful answer. I really like it. It's a very balanced answer, right? So
Yes.
you should be able to handle your clients in a way that they would give you their own idea and you will help their creativity flow in a way that works best. That's very interesting and some very, very detailed. You said seeing how far you've come, very impressive, right? We're very proud of the steps you've taken to be here right now. And there's something that I found to be very common in the creative space, right? Especially in Nigeria. Now people will tell you, you're just starting, don't put your eye, just go there and work for experience, just don't look for money. But some other people will tell you, anybody you work for, collect money from them. I don't know if that's something you've been familiar with.
Yes.
So people will say work for exposure, some other people say work for pay. How can you advise a young creative watching this right now, somebody that is just starting out? Where can you tell them to work for exposure and work for pay?
Okay, in the aspect of exposure,
Yes.
I think when you want to learn more and you don't know, let's say you don't know something, but you want to have that, you want to just know how things work around. Like when I told you when I started.
Yes.
Okay, let me just sharply dive into this. I had a challenge which has to do with me working with one of my more of like my family friend kind of stuff. So he gave me a very huge amount of money for me to work on the project.
Okay.
And at the long run, I'm this kind of creative person that I love watching TV and all these musical videos. I watch it. So I watch how they do it. I watch behind the scenes. So I made just a slight mistake. Guess what the mistake was? The end product of the video. We rented camera, rented lights, perfect background, changed the whole setting of that place.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, what we shot on was on a Blackmagic 6K.
Okay.
The Blackmagic 6K, as I done when I was in school then, we didn't have a system that could edit 6K.
Oh my
camera.
God.
So that was where the mess was.
So you just shot, nothing to edit.
We later found a solution,
Okay.
but it didn't really come out as what
You
the client was
expected.
explaining.
Oh.
So do you know what I did?
Oh,
I knew that
okay.
it was my mistake. It was my downfall. So I didn't look at it. I felt like I need to know more about this. And that's when I went to Lagos. I was able to because that's when I started with working with a director and stuff like that, an arts director. So the art director, when he's on the project, he calls me on those projects. So I was always assisting, seeing how things are going. I was like always talking to the DPs, the directors. I will even talk to them that I think I have this kind of challenges. They'll mentor, they'll talk to me that this is how this is done.
Yes.
So in that aspect, I'm going for the experience.
Exposure, right.
Exposure, sorry, I'm going for the exposure.
Yeah, and the experience, you're right.
And the experience
Yes,
too.
you're right.
So during those times, I would say my boss then was not really funding me. I was funding myself.
Yourself, you must have been tough.
I've seen a time that out of my school fees, I removed out of my school fees just to okay, let me to know where this is crazy.
Wow.
I've stolen my mom's money.
You
first
don't
time-
write at home.
No. The first time I worked with Clarence Peter,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Clarence Peter.
Oh.
So my boss just called me that we have a project we have to work on, and I was at home. I don't have money. How do I do this? And I know my mom was have money. I need to not allow me.
They've shot. I don't worry.
So
We'll
I had
forgive you
to
for
look
this
for a
one.
way to just remove money from my purse. It's my mom. It's always me that she'll send something to get. So I know where money is.
Yeah.
So I removed. And I just told her that I'm going out on I have a job and making it look like
Don't know, say now money you dey use.
I collected job and
Yeah.
so like she was advising me not to go. I didn't know it was a very long
The distance.
it was a very long distance, like I was traveling out of Nigeria. I don't understand. That was how the work was. Like
Wow.
so what I'm going deep into this was how I was able to learn from people, how I was able to know how things work, how I was able to know how to work with team.
Yes.
Today you might see like the shutter is not just only one man band. I work with people that I even tell you I work with people that are smarter than me because I'm also learning from them, and that's how I've been able to build myself.
Exactly.
So I think for that way, that's how it's. But the business side, when it comes to business, when clients comes to meet you, I want to work on this project. It's now time for you to know that okay, this is where like what you're trying to create, this is where the money comes in. You explain to the client that okay, this is what we are working on. These are what we need.
This is how much the cost.
This is the amount that will cost. So it's different from you just saying that you're doing it for free. Because if you are doing it for free and you don't have what to achieve it, at the end of the day, the
It will
client
not
will
be-
come to you and tell
exactly.
you why is this work like
Yeah.
this. But when they fund the project and they see the beauty of their project,
You'll be happy.
they'll be happy.
And they invested that money into that. Oh, that's a very balanced answer. Thank you, Dave Shutter. You've been giving us a very, very balanced answer, right? So for the people who are going to the extreme of work only for experience, people that are going to the side of work only for pay, now you've brought it to the center. Better work for experience when you know that you don't know the job. Don't go and collect somebody's money and you cannot do it. You will not give them work. They will now start dragging you on Twitter and saying, So very, very balanced answer. Thank you very much. It's important as you are growing your skill. Work for free if you can, volunteer. Work with people that have gone ahead of you on the ladder, right? And learn. Then when you've learned, then you can start collecting money for the job because you're offering a service. Very, very important. So I just want to ask you a question. Is there anything you wish you knew earlier in your career? Is there anything you regret that, I wish I knew this since, or would have been better now? Or so far you think your journey has just been very smooth, you've been happy, every stage you've learned something that has helped you for the next one?
Let me just say this is that, this is art. And I found it as a way that it's something I'm passionate about. So I won't necessarily say that I wish I knew this earlier, but just like, I'll just say this has to do with some mistakes. I'm making some business, kind of business strategies, and how to sell myself right from time.
Selling yourself, very important.
I'm just getting to know about branding and stuff, creating logo, having a website. So I think that is it. But it all still boils down to the passion.
Passion. You're very passionate.
I don't know. There are sometimes I will like see that I want to do this, and let's say I just bypass it, or I'm saying that there's no money for it. Like that won't be disturbing.
In your mind,
it's not like I committed a sin. You say you do this and you're not doing this. So I think that's it.
Very important. Wow, you're very passionate. That's very beautiful. I wish a lot of people were passionate about things in their lives like this. I think would have made much progress as a people. So it's very beautiful to see your passion. And so before we wrap up, as we're wrapping up, I just want to ask, how do you stay relevant in the industry? Somebody may be thinking, okay, you have passion, you can do your work, but how do you stay relevant? How do you say that, okay, I know that there are 100 other creative directors, but this is what makes me unique. So how do you stay relevant in the industry?
I think first of all, it has to do with collaboration.
Okay.
You have to work with people.
Okay.
You have to collaborate.
Okay.
You have to serve people. You have to help out. Like you said, it's not every time there is money. Most of let me tell you one technique that we used to get my clients at first. I might not even necessarily charge them, you understand, like it could just be like just let them, give them a snippet of what's the feel. So when they see that this is nice, can tell them that there's a way you can do it better. So I think if you can do that, I'm just giving these tips. Now I've been able to sustain jobs and stuff like that. And consistency also matters. You have to be very consistent with the job. No matter what, there are sometimes jobs might not come. You have to find a way to work things out. Look at what you can do. You can start with tutorials. Let people know. You have like 200 million Nigerians in this country. So out of the 200, who knows you? So that's the point. You have to let people know you. Once they know you, that's when they'll be able to want to work with you. So I think that is very it is.
Very important. Thank you very much. Very important. So collaborate. Have you heard him? He has said collaborate. Stand out, sell yourself, and be consistent. Very important. You can't just shoot one video today and want to sleep for 5 months, then come back 5 months later. Nobody will know you. You had Dave, he said 200 million people who know your name. So if you shoot one video today and you want to sleep for 5 months, other people are coming up and they will forget you very easily. Very easily. So thank you. You've been giving us very, very amazing tips. Very, very grateful for that. Even me, that I'm not a creative director, I'm also learning, to help me in other aspects of life. And so is there anything we should look forward to from Dave Shutter? Like, do you have any projects coming?
Yeah, I have a couple of projects coming. I'm still like almost
so
rounding up on my service. So I think that's when the market won't, the space won't contain all of this.
Okay, you heard. He's cooking. The kitchen will be too hot for us. Okay, very interesting. Something is coming. So everybody, stay tuned. Keep your ears to the ground. Dave Shutter is cooking, and he will serve us very soon. Okay. So now before we go, do you have any piece of advice that you think you've not said to give to a young creative who is looking at you and saying, "Wow, I really want to be in the position that Dave is in right now"? So can you give them any piece of advice very quickly before we go?
Yeah, my advice would just be like believe in yourself.
Believe in
first.
yourself.
That's the number one thing. There will be a lot of people who just me laughing at you. What is this one doing? Go and do this thing, or family
My
interference.
friend, go and read your book. What
My
are you
friend,
doing?
go and read your book. So once you believe in yourself,
Yeah.
and people see your ability, they'll be able to buy into your ability. Share and stuff. So, you know, just do what you have to do. Make sure you're happy. Make sure you are creating something. Though there might be challenges with, you know, funding, or you don't have the gears to do it. Work with people. You have friends.
Yeah.
Like when I was starting out,
You mentioned the Wally.
I mentioned there were
Yes.
there was a friend too that has a gadget. Then I worked with him. He has an iPhone. Then I worked with him. I even where it was crazy that aspect of collaboration. When I started out, he has an iPhone. So anytime I want to do content, I'll buy it. That is always my main character. So you
Yeah.
understand? So in that way,
Oh, see, I see what you did. You use it as a main character because you're using his phone. Wisdom.
you have
So
to be very
wise.
strategic.
Yes.
Dealing with people.
Yes.
You know, this
Yes.
is human being, and
You're right.
I think that way you'll be able to, you know,
Go fast.
go fast.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Dave. These are very important. These things are not just important for people that want to be creative directors. They're also important for anybody that's in the creative space. Very important. So you've heard him. You have to sell yourself. You have to believe in yourself. If you have a dream that you don't believe in, nobody's going to believe in the dream for you. Okay. So it's important to stay passionate, believe in yourself, believe in your dream, collaborate with other people. You know, the sky is very. There's this thing that people always say that.
Sky's your limit.
Thank you. Right? It can contain everybody. So collaborate, stay passionate, stay consistent, stay creative. Thank you so much, Dave Shutter. It's been amazing having you here on the hustle of young Nigerian creatives. And we are impressed that even despite the challenges you face,
Yes.
you're not relenting, you're not giving up. So thank you. Your passion is very inspiring to us. So really appreciate that. And you can follow Dave Shutter on every social media platform. He goes by Dave Shutter, right? On
Yes.
all social media platforms. So you can check him out on Instagram, on X, Facebook, LinkedIn, Dave Shutter everywhere. So yes, we have come to the end of this episode of the hustle of young Nigerian creatives. We hope that you would tune in next time and see what other young Nigerian creatives we have here with us. Thank you for listening. Always remember to stay creative, stay consistent, and believe in yourself, in the words of our very wise creative director here. So thank you. You want to say goodbye to the audience?
Goodbye.
Bye. See you
Bye.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ella.
Hello, I am David Ojo, a creative director and the founder of Dave Shutter. I specialize in video production and storytelling, helping businesses and individuals create stunning visuals that connect and inspire. I've worked on various projects, including corporate videos, podcasts, music videos, and cinematic storytelling. Recently, I've created impactful content for Rap Table Talk podcast and have collaborated with clients to bring the ideas to life. I help brands engage with audience with standout content, whether it's videos that boost sales or stories that leave a lasting impression. I turn ideas into visuals that deliver results. My schedule lies in blending creativity with precision, producing high-quality content on time and exceeding expectations. My goal is simple: build visuals that tell you a story and achieve your goals.
When it comes to creative storytelling and creating unforgettable moments, Dave Shutter is here for you.
Dave Shutter, the most creative person I know.
If you are ready to elevate your brand through exceptional video content, let's connect. Send a message. Visit my profile and let's start this conversation.